Welcome back to our End Time series. Now, we're still on Daniel chapter 9, and we had seen that the angel Gabriel came and told Daniel that 70 weeks are determined upon his people, that is the Israelites, and upon the holy city, that is Jerusalem. And the angel said that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem until the Messiah shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks, that is 62 weeks. And we saw that after that 7 plus 62, that is 69 weeks, indeed the Messiah arrived at Jerusalem. Jesus came into Jerusalem riding on a donkey or a colt. Then verse 26 of Daniel chapter 9 says, after those weeks the Messiah will be cut off and will have nothing. And again we saw in another video that shortly after Jesus arrived in Jerusalem, he was cut off, he was rejected by the people, and he was crucified. Then thirdly, the people of the prince who is to come will destroy the city and the sanctuary. After Jesus had been cut off and after he had resurrected, in AD 70, the Romans came and destroyed the city and the sanctuary. So this verse here says that the people who destroyed the city and the sanctuary are the people of that prince who is to come. So the people who destroyed the city and the sanctuary were the Romans in AD 70. So there's a prince who is to come who will have Roman heritage. So verse 27 of Daniel chapter 9, and he, that is that prince, shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. Again, and he will confirm a covenant with many for 1 week, but in the middle of the week he will put an end to sacrifice and offering. And on the wing of the temple will come the abomination that causes desolation, until the decreed destruction is poured out on him. So the prince who is to come, who is of Roman heritage, will confirm a covenant, but in the middle of the week, a covenant that's supposed to last a week, that is 7 years, as we discussed earlier. But in the middle of the week, he will put an end to sacrifice and offering. And then there'll be what is known as the abomination of desolation. Okay? So this is yet in the future. This is what people are looking out for. So 70 weeks are determined upon Israel and Jerusalem. 69 weeks passed until the Messiah arrived and he was cut off. Then the Romans destroyed Jerusalem in AD 70. So this fulfilled at least three of the prophecies in those verses of Daniel chapter 9. So the one which we are waiting for is that a prince of Roman descent will confirm a covenant for 1 week, and will also do other things which we will discuss. So 69 weeks have passed. There's a remaining 1 week out of the 70. So that remaining week is what is called Daniel's 70th week. Okay, it's also called other things, but that's where the concept of the 70th week comes in. One more time period of 7 years. So a lot of Bible prophecy or end times discussion or end time study is centered around this 70th week and several events surrounding it, and that lead up to the events that are supposed to take place in that 70th week. So once again, here's a chart we are looking at, the timeline. This 69 weeks passed from the issuing of the decree until the Messiah arrived and was cut off. So there's 1 more week out of the 70 remaining over here. At the moment, we are here between the death and resurrection of Jesus and the rapture. So we are somewhere here, closer to the rapture than to the resurrection of Jesus. Okay? So there are things which are going to take place here in the 70th week, especially, and of course after. And a lot of end times study is concerned about looking at those events which the Bible says will take place, and looking at the things happening now which appear to be leading towards those events. but we'll discuss that in more detail in subsequent videos. So we have covered this part of this timeline, but in the next video we'll look a bit more at what happened within these 69 weeks before Jesus got crucified. There are a number of prophecies that Jesus fulfilled, which I think would be interesting to look at, of course, to tell us about Jesus, and also to demonstrate how prophecy actually does get fulfilled. Okay? Alright, thank you for watching, thank you for your time. If you agree or you disagree with what I have presented, please feel free to leave a comment. If you find the content interesting, please like, and please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.